Welcome back to Ori and the Blind Forest. We are in very pretty area full of water and swimming and good times. So hooray.
Water is pretty in this game.
Yeah. I kind of wish the water at the surface extended all the way to the screen instead of doing like the 2D game thing where it's like you can very easily see the line. But it doesn't bother me that much. It looks pretty either way.
I mean, honestly, it's just cool to see that 2D and that 2D style and these kinds of graphics instead of pixel water.
Yeah.
You know, it's like this is what hydrosity could look like if it were done in a modern style. You know.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that reminds me. Did you see that old video back in the day where it was this guy being like, how we need to reimagine Sonic for a new age, and it was basically just an Ori and the Blind Forest clone, including Sonic's design, which looked like Ori but blue, and he had a backpack.
So Sonic Chrono Adventure, but Ori.
Sonic Chrono Adventure, but not Sonic at all, essentially. So, yeah.
I like the music here. It's nice and peaceful.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't know what magic they put into the main melody for the Ori games. It just makes me so happy. I think I said that last time too.
Man, at least it's not like Hollow Knight, where everything in Hollow Knight that uses the main motif is depressing as fuck.
Yeah, that's something, like, I really do want to play Hollow Knight, but that's something that has kind of been keeping me from it, is just the sheer fact that game is so, like, dark, depressing looking all the time, is what it feels like, you know?
Not necessarily.
Are there sections in there that are more colorful that I just have never heard of?
I mean, the entire art style is a muted art style.
Uh-huh.
But there are sections that are a lot more alive than others.
Okay.
And you always have the hub town at the top that never goes down, if that makes sense. Like, no one ever dies.
Gotcha.
And the world doesn't end there. It's all below. In the main city and such, in the main kingdom.
Okay.
Without giving too much away.
Yeah. Well, that's not, like, the art style of that game is not necessarily the most, what's it called? The biggest deal breaker for me in playing that game. It does also just seem like a very exhausting experience, just because of how...
Yeah, I will say the length can be held against it.
Yeah.
Versus this, which is a nice short 4 hours, if you know what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, even if you don't know what you're doing, this game is very short. Ori 2 is definitely a lot
I still
longer.
think something like Super Metroid is much more of a perfect length. As far as Metroidvanias go. But...
yeah, Super Metroid, yeah, that's like...
This feels a lot closer to what Fusion and Dread go for, where they have that mobile gaming influence, and that kind of never went away, keeping it high action.
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely something that I will say Ori 2 lacks, if that is something that you're looking for in these kinds of games. Like, the movement and everything is still just as fluid, if not more so, in Will of the Wisps, which is hard to believe, but you know. But you know, it is a much larger game just by default, and there's lots of times where you are just like, you're able to explore and just keep exploring and exploring and exploring, and it keeps going on and on. The map is huge in that game. And I'm not saying that as a criticism. It's just something that's different from this game, obviously. Mm-hmm. Which is why I've replayed Ori and the Blind Forest.
It definitely sounds a lot closer to how Hollow Knight's built.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. I think there's a lot of Hollow Knight influence in Will of the Wisps. Down to even the fact that it just has combat, like actual, honest to God combat, which this game does not have. Yeah, like it's just the reason why I've replayed this game like a billion times. But Will of the Wisps, I've only played through, I think, twice since it's come out. Oh, good job. I don't know what I'm necessarily trying to do here. I'm trying to get to this thing. I can't interact with that yet. I need the orb throw thingy that you get later on. That activates those little torches. But now we can fight these rhino bitches with our ground pound.
Oof. Oof.
Yeah, for some reason killing those guys is particularly brutal. Like, you smash their armor off and it's just their, like, unexposed skin, or their exposed
God,
flesh.
that reminds me of what happens in Inside. With the pig.
I haven't actually played through Inside, so I'm not sure what you're referring to.
It's like this pig that'll chase you around and you have to solve some puzzles. But at one point, he gets stuck in something, and to progress, you have to pull out its tail.
Ugh.
Yeah. Like, he's an asshole, and he tries to kill you, but, like, ugh, makes me scream every time.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, that is,
But those are disturbing games, and are meant to be disturbing games, so it's par for the course.
Yeah. I have played through Limbo. I did like Limbo. And I definitely want to play through, Inside.
Just very sad games.
Is that team still together, or did they go separate ways? I heard something about that at one point. I don't know if you knew.
I have no idea, but it took them, like, 10 years in between Inside or Limbo to make Inside, so I could believe they're still together, just barely making games. I don't know.
I just I remember hearing like the two main guys that were on Limbo and Inside, they had disagreements for something, and then one of them went off and is making like a 3D game of some sort. And I don't know what the other one is doing at all. So
I'll make my own Limbo with blackjack and hookers. Forget the Limbo. Go watch Futurama, damn it.
No. Listen, everyone says that. I don't need to have watched Futurama to understand that reference, because literally everyone says it.
Yeah, but you could make more references.
I don't care.
It's so good. That show is my childhood.
Alright, here's me doing some funky shit trying to get this item early. Oh, that was actually lucky. Yeah, it's much easier when you have the like launch ability, which just lets you rocket upward really high.
Dude, this area is literally ripped straight from Hollow Knight.
Well, we were here
and earlier. The music. There's like a lush forest area you go through in Hollow Knight with chill music that's kind of like this, filled with whimsy and wonder.
Oh, that was lucky.
But Hollow Knight has lasers, but not in this area. So that's original, I guess.
Yeah. This is the area we were going through last time.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of progressing through it to get to the next area, because now we can ground pound and shit, and it's fun. And we can vault, which just completely changes how you interact. This is the area I was talking about last time, where this area is just completely different now, how you negotiate it. Whereas before it was like the slow thing where you had to wait for them to shoot to break things.
Yeah.
Now you can just fucking murder. Or, well, not murder, but fly, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great. It's like I said last time, it's something not even like Metroid really does super well. Like Dread does give you a lot more movement.
About to say, like,
options.
I think it really works in Dread, not because of something new it does for abilities, but in the order it gives you abilities. Because in every Metroid game, before you have a heavy water section, you're going to get the gravity suit before you can do any heavy water section. But Dread has a very long section in Berenia that you have to do without the gravity suit.
Yeah.
And that completely changes up how you go through that area.
Yeah, it's a case where it's a case where they more so take away your standard movement and then give it back to you in that area.
And I would also kind of equate the slide replacing the morph ball in the early game with that as well.
That's what I was thinking when I was like, maybe except Dread is like, because yeah, you have the slide for the whole game. But oh fuck, but
that's just unfortunate.
That was very unfortunate. But you have the slide for that whole fucking game. And then you finally get the morph ball, and it just completely changes your life. It's so nice.
I know I said it last part, but Ori's literally Goku.
Yeah. It fits even more in Will of the Wisps when you actually get weapons. Like one of the first weapons you get is basically like a little sword, but it sort of feels like a pole staff thing with how Ori uses it. So, because you can like it like gives you the ability to like whack downward and like bounce off of things. So like Hollow Knight. But that I feel like is a very Goku thing as well, like Kid Goku thing.
So what's our goal right now? Just exploring the world?
Well, I'm currently getting a whole bunch of stuff that I missed last time because...
Right, and this isn't 100%, right?
It is, but in the last part, I believe, I have a sped up montage of me cleaning up the rest of the map. Okay. Because, yeah, if I had recorded all of that and left it in, it would have been like another 2-3 parts of me just roaming around cleaning stuff up. We get to see some of it here and then whenever I get new items, but we will be I believe, yeah, see, I go and get the items and then I cut back to make it a little smoother.
Spider-Man, this is not.
No, this is not. I learned, even though I edited this, I'm pretty sure before I did Spider-Man, so I don't know what the fuck happened with Spider-Man. I'll be honest.
It was a hell of a playthrough to go through.
Ori, we'll
never forget it in the rest of our channel.
Yeah. Ori, I had recorded and edited for such a long time. This has been sitting in our Dropbox, probably the longest out of any of the other playthroughs that we did. And
that'd be Halo 2.
Okay, yeah, well, Halo... I'm more so referring to my stuff. But yeah,
but that's just because Halo 2 is literally the first thing ever recorded and edited for the channel.
Yeah.
Other than my scuffed Metroid Fusion video I did. That's like 15 minutes long. We need to watch that at some point.
Ori, I recorded and edited before I recorded Shadow of the Colossus, before I recorded Knights, before I recorded... so many things. I can't even remember all the playthroughs we've done, to be honest. It was probably, I think it was the game I recorded immediately after I finished recording Half-Life back then. So it was like one of the first things I recorded for the channel. Unfortunately, I'm still leaving me staring at the fucking the skill tree screen because I'm reading and I'm a very slow reader.
I have to fight myself not to advance text really fast in games. Like Gravity Circuit was absolute pain to record because of that.
Dude, yeah, I didn't even
I realize I shouldn't even do that because I know we're not going to read the text.
Yeah.
Especially in the case of Gravity Circuit, we already knew the story.
Yeah. And well, I didn't, and I was kind of banking on you not skipping through it because I played that game I was kind of rushing through it so I could have something to say for the commentary. So I just completely skipped the story when I played the game. Other than the ending. I did experience the ending, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So it's like, you know, the robots are only
Transformers.
Here. Yeah. Also, that enemy body is just rotating forever. It's fun.
Sleeping with the fishes.
He is a fish.
You need to watch The Simpsons.
I don't know. You keep telling me to watch shows, and I'm never going to.
I know.
Oh, hey, we're back at that one
you.
place where Ori was like really weak and walking through those thorns, and then he died and then came back to life. Look at that. How far we've come.
I think it's cool that the game doesn't really do anything dramatic. It doesn't change any musical cues. It's just it's there for the player to hopefully notice, which is always nice.
Yeah, like it's just part of this area, so it has this area's theme.
Yeah, I don't mind games that are hand-holdy and really want to make sure you know something dramatic's happening. But it's always refreshing to see stuff like this, and I like different takes.
Yeah. I do like this area's theme.
It's pretty good. Kind of reminds me of something from Skyrim.
I think I'm going into the definitive edition area. Ooh.
Neat. Yeah, good job, Navi.
This is Ori's mom's home, apparently. So we get a whole... So the definitive edition, I would recommend playing it. Because you get a whole extra area instead of abilities. And you can warp between the save rooms. Which is always nice in these games. But it is nice. It's a really cool area too. It's like a... Well, we'll see it here in a minute, but it's like a dark area. And you have to sort of like carry this light around to have platforms, like magical smoky platforms appear beneath you.
I think I did this area.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I think I remember something like this.
So you were playing the definitive edition.
I told you I was.
No, I didn't remember.
What?
I don't remember. All I remember is you saying that you played halfway through the game and then stopped.
Yeah. Because that's what I do.
Ow. Well, that probably just means you made it less far than I thought you did if you did play this.
No, I know I made it to a second dungeon.
Okay. That is about that.
And I remember, like, a point where a bird was chasing me and it was awful and terrifying.
Oh yeah, that section's awesome and horrifying. Yeah, now we get a platforming sequence. This is basically like them adding a whole new... It's a new area for collectibles and shit, but it's also basically a new dungeon because all the dungeons generally have some kind of platforming gimmick like this. Like literally in the snowy area. I always forget the names of these places. You are carrying around a like gravity stone that lets you walk around platforms, and it also limits Ori's movement, very similar to how this does.
Oh, when Sonic does it, it's a sin, but when Ori does it, everyone loves it, huh? I see how it is.
Oh, god damn it.
I love this expert gameplay.
What are you referring to, by the way? The
people complaining about Upside Down Sonic and Death Egg Zone. Nothing in particular.
Oh. I was like, what? Okay, well, I don't complain about that. As long as it's something I don't complain about.
There's also Crazy Gadget, but who cares about that level?
Crazy Gadget is good. I don't care what anybody says. It's only the second weakest speed stage in the game.
No, Final Chase is better.
No. I guess that we can activate these lantern thingies with this orb. So theoretically, if you could break out of this area with this orb, then you could
can
get a
for
bunch of
sure
items
tell
early.
this was made after they had fully completed development on the game, because they're really playing around with their colors a lot more in lighting.
Yeah,
I guess that's also because the area is dark, but you can tell they had a full grasp at this point of what their engine could do.
Yeah, and this area I would say is also definitely a lot harder than a lot of the other areas in the game. So they probably expected you to have some level of experience coming into this, more so than the average.
You kind of get the same feeling playing the DLC for Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2, where you get to play as a bad guy and kill Ewoks. It's like the most fun level in the game, but it's only a DLC. Because the main game has a lot of issues.
Yeah.
But that one DLC is just absurdly fun and kind of fixes a lot of the issues. And you just get to destroy Ewoks.
Ewok murder simulator. Hooray.
Yeah. It's literally what it is. And then you also get to murder beloved characters. Like Han Solo. Not Chewbacca, actually. You make Han Solo kill Chewbacca. It's fucked up.
Hell yeah.
You have to kill Leia.
I think we need more of that in like licensed games. Just like the developers.
Fun what-if scenarios, yeah.
Yeah. Just stupid what-if scenarios.
Force Unleashed was really good at that.
Oh, damn it.
You should try those games. They're cool. I'll do them for the channel one day.
We get to play games.
We get to play the first game twice. The HD version and the Wii version, because they're very different. Except for the story, because it's the same.
I had this conversation at work the other day. I miss the era of games when you would have like two completely different versions of the exact same game.
I miss that when it would also happen with like GBA mobile ports, and you'd have demakes. Most demakes were not good, but every now and then you'd get some weirdly really good ones.
Yeah.
Or some just really fun and wacky ideas for games. Like Lord of the Rings had a game where the HD version was this really solid hack and slash third person game, especially for the era, and the GBA version was a tactics game, like just ripped straight from Final Fantasy Tactics.
That's awesome. Hooray! Puzzle ended. We did it. And now we can get a new ability. This was something I was really shocked by with the definitive edition. They just straight up give you new awesome movement abilities, which means that they had to go back in and like test the game for these abilities, because this is like a broken ass dash.
Metroid Dread.
I know. It's peak. It's so good. It's so fun. Like, it gets to the point where, like, I'm just spamming this. And, all is right with the world. Oh, yeah, they have stuff like this, too, where you have to, like, race the lever.
Well, I think it also helps, at least for new, or players who are returning, now they have a completely new way to play the game.
Yeah. Oh, damn it. Damn it. Go! No!
It's just hardest for, like, testing for new players to make sure this doesn't hurt the balance of the game for your first playthrough.
Yeah. Yeah, and it doesn't. Like, it's a nice extra to have. But, like, as we were talking about before, Ori's standard movement to begin with was already, like, really smooth, really quick and snappy, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, this is just making it even more so.
Icing on the cake.
Yeah, and it's like, it's mainly just like extra levels of skill for the higher level players.
I always love the nice touch of music themes progressing with more and more upbeat and frantic music for when you get abilities and upgrades. It's really good touches.
Yeah, I love it too, and Ori does it great. Like,
yeah, it's refreshing. Sorry.
I was just gonna say earlier when we got like the double jump, it was just like it took the standard theme that was playing at the time and then just added like these, I want to say like flutes and stuff, and it added like a layer of like freedom. I want to say it very much matched the move you just got, because the double jump in this game is so nice. Okay, and this area, by the way, is where the last like 0.2% of map was.
No.
When I had to go and fill it out. It pissed me off. And it like, because I don't remember it happening in the non-definitive edition of the game. It always happens to me in the definitive edition, and it's always this area. So I think it's just there's just an area.
It's one of those times where I wish games would just go back to block style maps, like no map details and such, other than just show me there's a hidden item. I like the extra features, but when I have to scroll every part of the screen to make the map highlight, I really hate it, because I just want the map to be highlighted.
Yeah.
It's like the one reason I'll go through and always do the maps in Sonic Frontiers, because I can't stand having it not completed, even though you don't have to.
It is also really annoying if you do even a single one of those map challenges. It's just like, oh, here's 5 boxes on the map in random places. So now it's like you feel like you need to do it even more.
But like, there's another song here. More music. Yeah. I have to have it.
The music notes were like the best addition from the updates.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure.
Because it's just like more actual things to collect that you can't get by like fishing, you know. It's like, here, actually play our game and collect things.
It's like, I like games that give you alternate ways to listen to music and other just straight songs to listen to, and just give you players the respect of, hey, we are proud of the music and we are proud of other music, and we want you to be able to choose what you want to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
Like what Doom did with the new ports, having the Bobby Prince music, a few different ways to listen to that, and then the remixes, and be able to swap between them at any point. It's great.
Yeah. It's so cool in these flashback cutscenes, seeing like other of whatever the fuck Ori species is. They're so cute. And they're all just as like free moving and agile as Ori is. Mm-hmm. It's great. Ori's not necessarily special in that way. But since all of the other ones are dead now, I guess he is. But Neru's dad is racist, so.
Okay.
Well, it's because like we know that like the light that brings life to the forest, that is fully surrounding Ori's people, it's dangerous to non-light creatures. So, you know, it makes sense. But clearly a little bit of light is okay, because Neru lived with Ori for years, evidently, and they were fine. So, Nay, we got the fucking orb throw thing. Now my skill ceiling shit is to the max.
We have now unlocked wall jumping in Metroid.
We've unlocked the space jump.
Yeah, space jump's easy. I want to say this is the same equivalent. I'm saying it's like an equivalent of like something
of like a skill thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get you now.
Like it will take you as far as your skill allows you.
Yeah. This is a. Yeah, I did that in a very roundabout way.
Hey,
you can get
you know what? If it's not a Mega Man spike that insta kills you, you might as well do it.
Yeah, if I had like the wall cling, I could have just clinged to the wall and thrown the orb there. But you know, I don't have that yet because you can kind of get into this area as soon as you just get the wall jump in this game. So, it's pretty cool. I do appreciate, like, it kind of lets you quote unquote go out of order, but not really. You know. Yeah. This area is also very pretty, just like the rest of the game. I was amazed that they were able to come up with like a unique environment design after like all the crazy wacky stuff you get in this game. And this is just for, you know, the definitive edition.
Yeah.
Every area in Will of the Wisps as well is like very different from anything in Ori and the Blind Forest. It's different, but it feels like Ori, if that makes sense. And this song is just...
Yeah.
I can't help it. This game is so fucking good. I can't help it. Everything about it makes me so happy.
Uh-huh. Again, this is a game I wish I could get into more.
I just realized what I did. the fucking orb broke those things that were blocking my way, and I didn't even think about that a minute ago. There we go. Yeah.
Hey, happy coincidence.
Yeah. I'm surprised, even with all the extra backtracking I was doing, it just kind of goes to show that how small the game is, really. But, you know, like, I was surprised that we were able to do basically half of this area, even despite the fact that I had started off, you know,
yeah,
doing a bunch of other random shit. Sorry, my brain has been not working, apparently.
My brain's working, my body is not.
Is your shoulder any better?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just physically tired.
Well, yeah, it happens.
I boxed a lot of tiles.
Nice. I hardly did anything at work this past week.
What an asshole.
Well, like, it wasn't even my fault. It was just like my task leader was like, hey, you need to talk to this guy about this thing. And then he was out all week because he was sick. So, and then like he gets back in and I was like getting ready to go talk to him, but then another one of my coworkers was like, oh no, the task leader put me on that now. You can go back to your regular assignment.
Oh, okay.
It was stupid. So, I effectively wasted a week. That's okay.
Are you complaining?
I am not, but someone will. Didn't expect to get into a work discussion during the Ori and Blind Forest commentary, but it happens, I guess.
Work is love, work is life?
No, Naru is love. Look at that fucking statue. That's actually her dad, I think.
I don't know anymore.
Like these fucking purple mushrooms right here. They're only in this one little area of this place, I swear.
They really wanted to use the asset. They liked it.
Yeah, this one spot, and then it's fucking gone after this, because I don't think the area where...
There are some mushrooms out there that grow in a very specific way.
Yeah. I guess not. Like, I guess there's more purpley mushrooms in this area, but...
Just don't try to eat them all.
I feel like this game just has an insane level of just like extra added environment details that there's not a lot of reused assets, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Well, it feels like the environment wants to give you the same sense of wonder that all the collectibles around give you. It's just that with the environment you can't see or touch it, but it's so damn pretty that you want to you just want to explore the map to see more of it.
Yeah, and you get like cute little one area subset pieces like that statue there. That only appears in that one spot.
Right.
You know, those stacked rocks, they appear around the area, but they're different each time, you know. It's it's really amazing. Because like in a lot of games, like especially Metroidvanias, like they're usually built on like a tile-based system, and like each area has their own unique set of tiles, but it's like the
Not
same.
Dread.
Well, yeah, Dread is a fully modeled 3D environment, so. Well, I think they might use some kind of tiling in there. Also,
I don't
this
know
is
if they're
definitely,
really. If they do, they're really good at hiding it.
yeah, because that game's environment does look very unique. This is absolutely not how you're supposed to do that, by the way. I just you are supposed to throw the orb over and try and hit him,
Okay.
but you can just get like squeeze Ori through the little area, and they just let you do it. It's very Super Metroid. A lot of the areas in this game, like I don't think sequence breaking really works in this because it like actually literally breaks the game. Like sequences play out incorrectly and like you get
Well,
soft
it's not
locked
really
and
even
stuff.
sequence breaking in Super Metroid because there is not really a sequence of events in the game. There's just
Yeah, it's
flags.
just like
There's just four flags that have to be triggered, and because of the way the devs made it, there's no order that has to be done for them.
yeah,
So it's not even really sequence breaking. It's just play the game,
yeah.
and as long as
There's
you
like
enter Torian and beat Mother Brain, you're good.
I think what people mean when they say that, I think they specifically are just like, oh, well, there's a clear intended path, but you don't have to do that path. You can do it however you want. And like I find that kind of game design very compelling because I think it's actually like easier to fall into a game design like that because you don't have to code out these very specific sequences.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't know. I it feels more pure in that way. There's no like, oh, you activated the cutscene bounding box. You like walked into the invisible cutscene bounding box, and now
It's
you're
weird
locked into
talking
the
about this in the
sequence.
case of Super Metroid, but then Dread is way more sequenced with
Oh
specific
yeah,
map events that only play out if you do it in the right order. You have to trigger it
yeah.
to happen and beat bosses.
Like yeah, because like beating bosses, like some of the bosses completely change some of the areas to finally allow you to access them. Some of them remove pathways that used to exist that you can no longer access anymore without a power up or something. Super Metroid doesn't really do that. You just have the map. It's there. It's always the same as it is.
Yeah. Everything in Super
And
Metroid is only inaccessible because you don't have the skill to reach it or you don't have the upgrade to reach it.
yeah,
So there's not really any sequencing
yeah. And I yeah, I find
in the
that
traditional programming sense, I guess.
yeah, and I find that kind of design really compelling. It's basically like the original Zelda on NES.
Yeah,
Uh
yeah.
because that is just a big world. You can just go anywhere, do anything, and the only thing that limits you is knowledge, patience, and your items. So, yeah, it's cool design.